Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, which focuses on BCG and type 1 diabetes. In the last video, I referenced a little bit about how a couple of weeks after the second shot, we saw some crazy swings. So I'm going to show you some of those charts and then talk a little bit and show you some charts on carb tolerance. So here is three charts from those crazy swings, and you can see it was 131. This is a 12-hour chart, and you can see that the dots are just all over the place. So you can see the sudden drops and then sudden coming back up, and the sensor just kind of couldn't keep up, and we had a lot of sensor errors. So here's another one. This is a 24-hour chart, and then here's a third one, another 24-hour chart, which I guess is a slightly more coherent. So that's kind of how it was, like all over the place. And there were bouts of steadiness, but a lot of that. And then, so I'm just going to say we do a little bit low carb. We do about one meal a day, except on the weekends, low carb. So usually after breakfast, if he will have, let's say, eggs with almond milk and a few nuts, he will go up 40, 50 plus points. We don't usually give him a shot because he comes right back down and it's not high. But this week, twice, he did way better than that. He had one breakfast, I'm going to show you here, where he only went up to 119. So he was maybe about 10 points. So you can see kind of overnight there. It's a 12-hour chart. The overnight, he did very well. This was on 7 Lantus. And then he maybe went up, I don't know, 10, 15 points or so, barely for breakfast. So that was really good. And then I think I had another chart showing this. So he started out in the kind of, so was a little bit higher than the last chart, but he started out in the 120s, I think 125, 126, and he went to 142. So again, that's about 15 points. It's not 50 points. So those are low carb meals. And then for lunch, sometimes we would give him, if we do a low carb lunch, we give him like a crepini, which is no carbs, it's cauliflower and eggs with some turkey, a keto fudge brownie, which is basically all almonds, and that's about 8 carbs, carrots, and a Jello. So all in total, let's say it's 12 carbs. He had that twice last week in school for lunch. He didn't move at all. So this week we thought we'd add in half a bag of popcorn, which is another 6 carbs. So we're at total about 18 or 19 carbs, no carby carbs like flour, wheat carbs, but all kind of protein, veggie carbs. I guess the popcorn's a little bit maybe more higher, but he did very well after that. You can see this is a lunch chart. You can see the time at the bottom. It's 12 to whatever 3 o'clock, and you can see that he didn't move at all. And so we're very pleased that previously he was going up 30 points with that, and now he's not really moving. And we added in the popcorn. And then I'll just show you also a chart from yesterday in terms of his meals. So this is after dinner. So he peaked at 139 after dinner. And then same thing, lunch was very good. He peaked at 149. Started out a little bit higher. I'm sorry, that was breakfast. And then at nighttime, here you can see the 24-hour chart. He had a little bit, this was a little bit of a growth high at the side, I guess. Growth high, and then came down, and then you could see breakfast. Lunch was up to about 150s, low 150s, and then dinner 139. So I think the average for the day yesterday was maybe 120. So it's been kind of like that. I'll see if I can find one more chart. The only mishap we had this week was, here you can see he had a bagel and there was a delayed high from the bagel. So he came down though, and dinner was pretty good. He only went up to 120. So, but you can see breakfast, was good. And so that's kind of what we've been seeing. And then I'll just also show you one chart with, that has overnight, and you can see what the growth highs I've been kind of talking about. Again, this is 7 Lantus from earlier in the week. So you could see he did very well, but he did have that growth high kind of earlier in the night. So all in all, I guess we're pretty pleased with that he's not going very high after meals. Occasionally he'll go over 180, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty steady now, and so we're pretty pleased with that. And I'll see you guys in